What's up, guys, and welcome to my special video, my special Halloween video that I wanted to give to you guys. And this is just going to be a video of me telling you some of the films that I like to watch on Halloween. Obviously, you can't watch all the films that I'm about to be showing you because I do have quite a bit, but there is a variety of films that I could be showing you guys and that you could be interested in watching, maybe ones that you've never checked out that I could give you recommendations for. Now, some of these that I don't have, I'll just, tell you the title and my, thoughts on it, but I can't put them on display. But the first film that I want to, talk to you guys about and just, give my brief thoughts on is actually a film that I have my review for up on this channel. It's been up for quite some time, and that's Disney's The Adventures of Ichabod and Mr. Toad. This is a two-part kind of Disney film thing. It's like two short films put into one almost. And the first half is the Mr. Toad portion of it, and the second half is the Ichabod Crane portion of it, which is mainly the Halloween part of the film. This is a very family-friendly kind of movie, but the last 10 minutes, it does get kind of scary and kind of creepy because, we get Ichabod Crane's encounter with the Headless Horseman. And it is, some freaky stuff, and there's some freaky imagery in there as well. Next up on this list is pretty much, it's a series. I guess I could just put them all together. By the way, these are mainly in alphabetical order. And it's the Conjuring universe. You have Annabelle Creation, The Conjuring, and The Conjuring 2. These are fantastic movies in my opinion. Annabelle Creation it's one of my favorites of the year. The Conjuring the same, and The Conjuring 2 was actually my favorite film of last year. I love this movie, even though the Blu-ray, is kind of disappointing. It looks fine, the picture quality, the sound quality is fine and everything. The only thing about it is it's just a single disc. There's no slipcover when, these are two disc and whatever. But they're fantastic horror movies. Obviously these aren't really family friendly, but if you're looking to get, freaked out and kind of scared, I would check out one of these movies, Conjuring 1 or 2 or Annabelle Creation. I don't recommend the first Annabelle. That movie's not very good at all, actually. Next is one that I don't have, but it's Coraline. Really good stop-motion animated film, really enjoyed. I don't have that one on Blu-ray. I'll probably pick it up eventually, but it's a really good one. And another stop-motion is the next on the list is Tim Burton's The Corpse Bride. This was nominated for the Oscar for Best Animated Feature Film. It didn't win. I think it was beaten by Wallace and Gromit, The Curse of the Were-Rabbit. But still, the music, Danny Elfman's score for this, the songs, everything about it, it's really good. It's not that long. It's a short film, and if you're into like a family-friendly kind of Halloween kind of vibe thing, you could check that out as well. Also, next up on the list is another Tim Burton movie. The film isn't that great. It's Dark Shadows. The film isn't anything special, but it is a fun little Halloween film that you could watch. And, it's not a scary movie. It's more like a comedy set in like a, some creepy imagery. But, I thought I would put this in there if you're a Tim Burton fan, Johnny Depp fan, if you've never seen it. Or if you have seen it, I could watch this and kind of like, it's like a guilty pleasure of mine, I guess. I wouldn't necessarily say this is the greatest film ever made, but it is a fun little film nonetheless. Again, Danny Elfman's score was really good. Next up, we have another Tim Burton film, which is his first collaboration with Johnny Depp, and that's Edward Scissorhands. This is a classic film. I just watched it again the other day, and just the story of him coming down and meeting all these people and interacting with them, and what happens when he meets Winona Ryder's character and how that plays out, and just, basically the tragic ending almost of the film. But it is a really, funny kind of movie with some creepy imagery. The score is very eerie, Danny Elfman's music, but there's also some nice themes in here as well. And, yeah, so Edward Scissorhands is a really good one. Next, I only have the first one that I'm going to be putting on display, but, the Insidious trilogy. I think the first one and the third one are my favorites. The second one is good, but it's not as good as the first and the third. First two directed by James Wan. But the first one definitely is the best. This is a really creepy, scary movie with a lot of scary imagery. Tiptoe Through the Tulips, you'll never see the song or hear the song the same again. I actually didn't see this in the theater. I just saw it on Blu-ray when I bought it a few years ago, and I wasn't disappointed. I was really pleased by it. So you can check those out. Next, I actually have a DVD of It Follows. It's you know, it's not that high of a budget kind of horror film, but it's a lower budget. 19-year-old Jay, she gets, you know, she has this kind of sexual encounter, and this thing is passed on to her. Now she has to have sex with someone else to get rid of it. It's a crazy kind of story, but they set it up well enough. You're invested in the characters in the story. It's just a very different kind of film. I wouldn't necessarily say it's an art house film. It's different. You know what I mean? It's not really scary, but it's just well made in my opinion. Next we have another Tim Burton film. Tim Burton's A Nightmare Before Christmas. It seems like if you want to watch a Halloween film, one of the Tim Burton ones, you know, it's the way to go. And this is no exception. You know, Danny Elfman's score for this, I just put this on Twitter a few days ago. The score to The Nightmare Before Christmas is absolutely incredible. The songs are so catchy. Probably Danny Elfman's best work, if not, you know, one of his best pieces of music. But this is a great movie, great story, you know, great villain in Oogie Boogie. You know what I mean? Just a great film. You can watch this on Halloween. You can watch it in Christmas. Doesn't really matter. But it's always a fun watch, especially that opening, you know, this is Halloween. It's very eerie. It's very creepy. Next, I actually don't have these to put on display, but the Paranormal Activity trilogy. I'm going to recommend the first three. The fourth one, then the fifth one, I think is the marked ones, and I think the one after that is like the Ghost Dimension or something like that. I don't know. I've seen them all, but they get progressively worse. 4, 5, and 6, they get progressively worse. The first one is good, like really good, in my opinion. The second one is good, and the third one is great. It's actually my favorite in the trilogy. Paranormal Activity 3, I think, is, you know, I remember seeing that in the theater. In the last, like, 10, 15 minutes of that, I was, like, walking into a haunted house. It's like, what's around the corner? And I was actually freaked out. I was, like, scared in the movie theater watching it, because there's this, you know, if you haven't seen it, there's this, I'm not going to spoil it, but there's this bit towards the end of this guy's kind of walking towards the doorway, and when he opens it up, what he sees inside when the light comes on, it's the freakiest thing, and that scares the heck out of me. And then there's this other film that I don't have, but I watched on Netflix. I actually have my review up on the channel for it. It's called Raw, and it's about this girl. It's a French film, and she's like a vegetarian, but you know, when she, you know, eats, I don't want to spoil any of it. If you have a Netflix and you want to check out Raw, it is a French film. You have to read subtitles, and I was kind of, you know, apprehensive going in, but you're sucked in immediately with the performances and the acting and the atmosphere and the way it's shot and everything. I think it's a really good movie. My full review is up on the channel now for that. Next, we have The Silence of the Lambs, Best Picture winner, Best Actor, Best Actress winner, the Academy Awards. You know, I wouldn't necessarily say this movie is scary. I mean, sure that the premise of it is scary, you know, abduction and all that sort of thing, and murder and Buffalo Bill and all that. It is pretty, I mean, that's just, it's scary itself, but the film, I wouldn't necessarily say is like a horror film. It's not like a scary film. But it is intense. Obviously, it is a good movie because it won Best Picture. The story is great. It flies by. So if you're into like a thriller, like a creepy kind of thriller, and you've not seen this, The Silence of the Lambs is the way to go. Unless you did see it, then you can check it out again. But next is one of my favorite Tim Burton films, probably my second favorite Tim Burton movie, and that is Sleepy Hollow, with Johnny Depp and, you know, Christina Ricci. This is, you know, the second telling of the Headless Horseman story that I put in this list. And obviously this is not a family-friendly film unlike the other one. But, you know, Johnny Depp is fantastic in this movie. Again, Danny Elfman's music it's like, I got a piano here, it's just like, it's the creepiest thing. Like, the music is so eerie, you know, it's fantastic. I love this movie so much, it's great. You know, actually when I was a kid, fun little story, when I was younger, I was up at my grandmother's house, and she bought a VHS tape of this movie, and this was the cover. I was scared out of my mind of just the cover. I mean, this is kind of creepy, really creepy imagery. So I made her, like, hide it under the couch, And then, you know, we didn't take it out until years later when I was older and I actually wanted to watch the film, and I liked it so much I had to pick it up on Blu-ray. And now here we are today, when I could watch this film. It's 11 o'clock at night, 3 o'clock in the morning, I could watch this. It's just so well made, and the production design, the cinematography, everything about this movie is really good. And I also have a review up for this channel, or for this film, on this channel as well. The last Blu-ray that I'll be showing you guys is my favorite Tim Burton film. That was my second favorite, and this is my favorite. Another Johnny Depp movie. If you can't guess what that is, my review for this is also up on this channel. It is a musical, and that is Sweeney Todd, The Demon Barber of Fleet Street. This is my favorite or my second favorite Johnny Depp performance. It's either this or, you know, Black Mass, but Johnny Depp was fantastic in both of those films. But this one, he was nominated for the Academy Award. He had a shot at winning, but he was beaten by Daniel Day-Lewis for the, you know, There Will Be Blood. But, you know, if you're into musicals, if you're into a drama, I mean, this is not a scary film. No doubt about it, it's not a scary film, but it is a gory film. There's a lot of blood in this film, so if you haven't seen the movie, you know, I wouldn't necessarily eat anything while you're watching this for the first time, at least. You get used to it after a while. But my full review for Sweeney Todd is up on this channel now. I absolutely love this movie. It's fantastic. And yeah, so the final film that I want to be telling you guys about is, you know, I actually can't put it on display. I don't have it to put on display. But that is Daniel Radcliffe and The Woman in Black. You know, the first one, not the second one. I didn't really like the second one. It was not that good at all, actually. But the first one, it really surprised me. I think that came out in February or January, the year it was released. And it really surprised me. It was a really kind of creepy film with creepy atmosphere and just everything about it. Daniel Radcliffe was really good about it. I think this was one of the first things he did after Harry Potter. And it was really enjoyable. I think he did a fantastic job. And it's a great movie with, again, a creepy score, a creepy atmosphere, and everything about it. It's just really good. You know, ABC Family or Freeform or whatever you call it, they're always, you know, playing Harry Potter for Halloween, for Christmas. It seems like that kind of movie, you know, because the whole series, there's you know, it's witches and wizards, sure, it's Halloween, and then you could see the Christmas atmosphere. There's a lot of snow in those films. You know, there's always the winter scenery in those movies. So if you want to watch Harry Potter, I don't care, you know, do what you want to do. I mean, I love the series. It's just I wouldn't necessarily recommend it over these films as like straight up movies to watch on Halloween. You know what I mean? But guys, comment your thoughts in the comment section. Do you plan on watching any of the films that I just mentioned? I mean, sure, there's the you know, cliched answers. What are you going to watch? Oh, I'm going to watch Halloween, you know, Michael Myers, Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street. I wanted to go away from that and show you other films that, you know, maybe not everyone is talking about, and films that I love to watch, you know, all year round. You know, I'll watch these movies all year round because they're just good and I recommend them. But, so yeah, guys, you leave your thoughts in the comment section. What will you be watching on Halloween? What will you be doing? What are your plans for this Halloween? Also, guys, you can subscribe to this channel. My review for Thor Ragnarok will be up this coming Friday. Also, I'll be doing my live blind commentaries and reactions to Season 2 of the Netflix original series Stranger Things, or what they're calling it, Stranger Things 2. They don't even say Season 2, but I'm very excited about that. I have my blind reactions to every single episode in the first season up on this channel now. Great show. I love the show. It's fantastic, and I can't wait to start the next one, which I will probably be doing tomorrow. And if not tomorrow, definitely the next day, but most likely tomorrow. And guys, you can follow me on Facebook and Twitter. The links to those are in the description of this video. And you can also follow me on Instagram, King Arises 131, where I'll be starting to do Instagram lives. I did one the other day. I, you know, had fun with it. Not too many people watched it, but whoever did, you know, I was having conversations with. So thank you for watching that if you did. And I'm probably going to be doing that again within the next couple of days. It is a good time, so you can follow me there. Guys, that's about it. Thank you very much for watching this video, and I hope you all have a very happy Halloween. Over and out.